Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maida and you're watching Maida Pours. Thank you so much for joining me today. If it's your first time here, you are very welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, well, thanks so much for coming back, friend. It's good to see you again. So for today's pour, it's not really a pour, I'm sure you read the thumbnail, right? You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title maybe? I'm going to be finishing varnishing this piece with my Minwax Polycrylic right here. And that is my preferred method for finishing my canvases. I use just a little cheap foam brush, usually around this size, maybe a little bigger if it's a really large canvas. Now this is not finished and I'm actually really happy with how this dried. I feel like it still has a lot of shimmer kind of going on in it, but I'm excited to sort of see it be brought to life even more. All I do is I take the polycrylic and I sort of drizzle it down one side of the piece. And then I take my brush here and I just spread it out. Now I am careful to go in the same, I'm going all horizontal, just spreading it out. I don't worry at this stage about bubbles. I don't worry about it being perfect. I'm just trying to spread it over the canvas as best as possible. I'm not even that worried about it coming down over the sides quite yet. I will make sure those are covered in a moment, but right now I'm just trying to evenly, so I'll find like, okay, that has a lot. I go over the parts that are thicker. And again, I'm really just helping it spread out as much as possible. But one thing that's great about polycrylic is that when it dries, it really does self-level quite nicely. So then I'll make sure it's around the sides. Now this is just a level 1 canvas. This is very shallow sides. I want to do another piece like this on a larger square canvas and like do the whole thing. So I just keep spreading it until I go over. Obviously I go over it several times. Now I will kind of make like that motion, the back and forth as well, but I'm keeping it all in this horizontal line. Now this is just the first layer. I do recommend doing at least 4 layers. I would say 4 is like a really solid number. You can get away with doing 2. It really depends on the piece and all kinds of things, but I think 4 is sort of a nice amount of layers to be sure to really, one, eliminate any, it's like, I guess you get a few, the brush stroke thing, if you're trying to avoid brush strokes. The key is to do each layer in alternating like orientation. So this first layer I'm doing horizontally across the like width of the canvas, and my second layer I'll be doing vertical, or the opposite direction. And then again, when I go back for my third layer, I'll do horizontal, and then the fourth layer will be vertical again. And so that alternating of how you lay down your brush strokes for each layer, that it will help just really eliminate the brush strokes. And I'm okay with a few, I don't mind it having a few brush strokes. That doesn't bother me, but I don't like when I use Liquitex varnish, which again, I know some people have amazing results with it, and it is probably because I don't want to have to try to be like absolutely perfect with it. I just prefer to like So as you can see, I went over it, you know, I kept going over it, but at a certain point when you feel like it looks pretty even, you do want to go around all the sides. Make sure they're covered. You are ready to let it sit and dry. It does dry pretty quickly. I would say about, honestly, I'll time it right now, but I usually give it about an hour in between coats. To preserve my brush for the next coat, or the next, you know, second layer, I like to get a little cup with water in it, and I just let my brush sort of sit in there so it doesn't dry out. And also so I don't have to like, I don't know, rinse it down my drain, I guess. And yeah, that's the first layer. But again, like I said, I do recommend 4, and we'll come back and do the rest. I'll do the rest, the second, third, and fourth layer. We're just gonna like kind of zip through it, but I want to show you so that you can see what I mean when I say I go in opposite directions. And then we'll come back when it's fully dry so I can kind of show you the shimmer, okay? So I'll see you in a second. Bye-bye. Okay, so here we are for layer number 2. So my brush is a little damp because remember I put it in the water, and I just sort of soaked off the excess moisture with a paper towel. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did the first time again. I'm just gonna put a thin layer, just pour it right on. And then I start brushing it out. Okay, there you go. As you can see, it's all dry and it's got a beautiful shimmer to it. I'll try to cut in some photos of it outside in natural light as well, so you can see. Please don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help out with the algorithm. If you enjoy watching acrylic paint pouring videos, please consider hitting that subscribe button and that subscribe bell for notifications, because acrylic paint pouring is what I do here, or, you know, varnishing tutorials. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.